countries. Starting with Ghana.
Nigeria. France. Nigeria.
Gambia.
Afghanistan.
Zimbabwe. Singapore. UK.
Back in the 90s and early 2000s, 90% of homicide victims, for those of you who don't know, homicide is like murder, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know how to do that. It's Macbeth, yeah, it's all the daggers and all that. Yes. Yeah, so like 90% of homicide victims were black, and a lot of them were actually black males, and like there was a lot of examples of murders like that, and I know a lot of you have probably heard of the most obvious example, probably Stephen Lawrence, and how he was killed in Elton. Statistic for you: black men are more likely, 7 times more likely to be stopped and to be the victims of a stop and search compared to like other races, for example. And I wanted to know, like, what are your views on black crime?
Black on black crime doesn't exist because you don't hear white on white crime. It's just because black people are already marginalised. It's easier to say, okay, cool, so 2 black men are killing each other. They're the problem instead of like the wider. Yeah, what he said. So that's what I wanted to say. I don't really like the term black on black crime because when Billy's killing Jack, you don't hear uprising white on white crime. Why is it when 2 black people get into a bit of a, for example, someone ends up dead, it's now black on black crime is the rise?
Just a quick question. I'm neutral in it. I don't have any opinion. Just how many times do you hear of Billy killing Jack? Every day.
Yeah.
Are they
They get fancy documentaries. They get nice little 9 PM slots on ITV.
Yeah.
So they'll use a nice, sweet, innocent.
Yeah. So can you give me an example? Because like for black on black crime, I can tell you that Damilola, Lawrence. Like what ones do you stand out for you?
There were 2 kids, yeah, 2 males that killed like one little like I don't know where it was, like a toddler. Like it seems like people killed them, yeah, whatever. These people took that child, half the fingers, the batteries, like bare what? Then they get new identities. They get like pound or something. Get new identities, new lives, and the documentary.
And then at the same time, like I've been stopped and searched numerous times, but it doesn't mean I dress wrongly. It's just something where they might feel threatened by the way like you're walking or the way you look. In fact,
why should I wake up in the morning and think, "Raw, I must wear a suit today because if I don't, there's a possibility of me getting stopped and searched." That's what I'm saying. If you want to dress how you want to dress and dress how you want to dress, you know what I mean? Like that should not influence their decision to stop and search. If there's a legitimate reason for them to stop and search you, i.e. someone matches your description and there's been a crime nearby, okay, cool, stop and search you. Not just the random ones where they're stopping for the sake of it.
I feel the whole idea of the way you dress and stuff like that, it works to an extent, but in reality, that shouldn't be the case at all. Like, because there'll be times where I'll be with my brother and he drives like a nice car, like he's in jumper, suit kind of thing, and we still get stopped and searched. So it's not a case, like, it's not always a case of where you're wearing CB's chain and you're wearing big watches and stuff like that, but it's really and truly, it shouldn't be a case where I need to dress a certain way to feel like, oh, I'm not going to get stopped today. Because at the end of the day, other races don't have to wake up and think, yeah, today I got to wear a suit because I'm going out, I'm driving a Bentley and stuff like that. Like the Asians, like they dress how they want to dress, and they rent cars, they rent big cars, who knows what kind of money they're using to afford those cars. But they do it calmly and there's no issue behind it.
Basically, I feel like black people are purposely like criminalized, so we're purposely portrayed as criminals, right? In America, for like a lot of companies are investing into prisons, right? Meaning that there's a profit to be made. Like I read a statistic that if you make a 10-minute phone call in prison, it's the same amount that someone who's on minimum wage earns in an hour and a half. Do you know what I mean? So that means that companies making profit. A lot of prisons in Britain as well are being prioritised, meaning there's profit to be made. So by criminalising black people and using things like stop and search, do you know what I mean, as a cover to put them into prisons, it means that people can make profit. Like at the end of the day, not all black people are criminals. Like all these stereotypes that are put on us, they're not true. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's all for the profit of the white man at the top, in my opinion.
Basically, when they stop slavery, they still allow people to work, but some places will hire black people. It's just all mad. So obviously you're gonna have to steal. You've got to eat. Do you know what I mean? Then that's when like prisons and all that kind of stuff started really coming about. But then again, people are making, there's a profit coming off of prisons, as in, it is very cheap labour. You don't have to pay them. You're giving them electricity, you're giving them their food, whatever, and they're working for you. All this like windows, all this glass, all this kind of stuff, that's the stuff that they're building. You know what I mean? They're selling it on and they're making money. They need to stop people. The more people they stop, the more people they catch, the more funding they get. The more, do you know what I mean? The more they can keep the prisons popping.
Slavery is abolished except if someone commits a criminal offence. Like literally, that's like the clause of it. So obviously,
what's it called? It's on Netflix. 13. Yeah.
Exactly. So if you criminalise people, you can continue slavery. You can continue to make a profit. Do you know what I mean? So like it's all a facade, really.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have heard all sorts of scandals and ABC kind of stories, but yeah, like it costs the average like tax person 3,600 a year, like deeper, like if you're a working person, of your tax, like 3.5 thousand is like going towards like solving other people's fraud claims and that kind of stuff. Even more like uni, like you see a lot of fraud, and yeah, there's been a rise of particular types of frauds. For example, Domino's pizza. For those of you who don't know, it's yeah, you guys know, yeah. For those of you who don't know, I don't know. I don't know, innit? But yeah, there's different types of fraud in it. And the one that's actually quite big right now is the delivery fraud. So there was an article on the Huffington Post, if any of you have heard of it, and it was talking about how fraud is actually on the rise, especially with like Deliveroo, and it was talking about how, for those of you who don't know, Deliveroo is a takeaway service. So what they do is they'll deliver whatever food you order and they take 30% of the order. So you make an Uber account and it's like, not Uber, Deliveroo account, it's like Uber, you register a card, then when you order it takes it from your card, and then what's happening is that a lot of people are using that as an identity fraud to kind of order food. With fraud being so prevalent in our age group, would you participate in fraud? Because of like, it's got its benefits, let's not lie. So like, would any of you participate, and is fraud attractive?
They say now that people lose money because of fraud, but do you know that there's insurance for fraud? Do you know what I mean? That's everyone here is insured if fraud happens to them, so you won't get your money back. Yeah, like, I'm just saying that, like, yeah, it's attractive enough, but it's not really, how can I put it? It's not real money, do you know what I mean?
So you're saying it's not as bad as it seems? Because
yeah.
At the end, like each party,
I'm not saying it's right, I'm not justifying it, I'm just saying that these people are literally blowing up, as in there are things in place in this government to make sure that fraud doesn't crumble the country. You know?
Yeah, but what you're trying to say is that like, everyone keeps their money, so like, if
fraud happens to you, you get your money back.
I get my money back, but then, so where have you taken money from?
Everyone make a big deal about the whole fraud thing, like among us obviously, we know about it, but then you said like there's a massive number, like billions or whatever. Do you really think we're the ones that are making that number get to billions? Like, do you not think that the bigger people like...
Do you know what fraud's going on?
No, the bankers, you don't think that the bankers have a much bigger percentage in that whole billions. They're talking about us. He's talking about petty fraud. You'll make a big deal out of, oh yeah, black people do a lot of fraud and that, but if you think about the percentage, like, what's that, 53 billion or what you said, yeah, probably don't even make like, probably like 2%. Probably 2% of that is actually black people. The rest of it is probably like them bankers that are there taking 2 mil from one fraudulent transaction.
But I don't get why people say people are making a big deal of it. A crime is a crime. If you steal money, you stole money. It's not your money. Why are you taking someone else's money? It's like, when people keep saying petty fraud, like, if everyone, let's say everyone stole £10 right here, if everything will add up, it will add up to that. It will still add up. Everything adds up.
Everyone understands that food is bad, yes. But these, like, okay, so let's say it's £100, £200, cool, it's bad, very bad, I understand, bad. But there are people stealing millions and billions. Like, they will be in there's some people out there who will be doing some advert, trying to encourage them to give charity, then they'll ban tax evasion. It doesn't make sense.
Like, those people do fraud, innit? Like, different types of people, but it's a thing like, okay, there's some people doing fraud, and like what you're saying before about the Turkish people, and then there's other people doing fraud, and you're buying materialistic things. You're not doing fraud to really, like, you know, do good. But you're doing it for a lifestyle. You're doing it to look a certain type of way. There, it's not. You can't justify that. Like, you're just trying to give off an image. And then you go so hard for that fraud because you want to give off that image. Like, that's not good. Like, you can't justify that kind of fraud. Like, I do understand there's loads of people doing fraud, different kinds of fraud, but you really need to check yourself when you're there by you doing fraud to look a certain way and to have a certain lifestyle.
If I was a fraud boy now, and I come with what's that coat that all these boys that, you know, that wool coat that jobs, yeah, like the event, and I come to you now and like I'm popping like, you want pizza, you got pizza, you want delivery, like food bar, Addison, food bar, yeah, like all of that. Like, wouldn't that be enticing? Wouldn't you? If I try to do now, honestly, do you not feel it?
Honestly, wherever I am right now, no, I would not be honest. Like, but obviously you don't know who I am. I know right now. I wouldn't want to chat to someone that's about that. Like, before I have in the past, yes, I can honestly say that, but I wouldn't want to chat to someone that's about that life. Like, that's not the direction I'm going. So if you think that that's cool, like,
Listen, I don't care, innit? If a boy wants to bang fraud and buy me loops, he can buy me anything. I'm gonna chop his money, I'm gonna take all the gifts, I'm gonna go on holiday with you, I'm gonna take it, and then after when I'm done with you, when the nice guy that comes along with his nice 9 to 5, his career, his ambitions comes along and wants to make me his girl, I'm gonna go with that one. The same way you, man, you do things with that life just for the moment, and then you go wife that nice homey girl. We don't do that. So, for boys, if you want that money, Balenciaga, I will collect it. I'm going to let a nice, homey, educated, ambitious man wife me. Thank you.
With fraud, there's always a victim. Like, regardless if I'm going to get my money back, for 7 to 21 days, I would ask that please, you made my life, like, you made it difficult for 7 to 21 days. So you need to remember that fraud always has like an impact on someone else. Like, if you've taken out £200 out of someone's account, yeah, it may not be that much, yeah, they're going to get the money back, but it has, like, it impacts them. That £200 might be to pay for a holiday the next week, that £200 might be to pay for, not rent, I don't know what £200 is. Alright, yeah, contribute to rent, like, it has its flaws in it, and don't get me wrong, man's done their finish, like, legit 2017 and that, so, yeah, but it's one of them cases where, it has an impact on other people in it when you're doing it. So just don't have the mentality that, oh yeah, everything's covered by insurance, yeah, they're gonna get the money back, it's not that deep. Because at the end of the day, if your parents had their card banked and £500 went out and that has affected the rent for that month, you're gonna feel it. So don't get it twisted, feeling that oh yeah, insurance will cover it. It's still an inconvenience at the end of the day.
I feel like Black history, it shouldn't be singled out. Like, hear me out. I feel like Black history shouldn't be singled out, but because of the pressure that as Black people we face, do you get what I mean? It's kind of like, oh, here's Black History Month, or here's Black History, you guys have that, but you're still Black, and we're still gonna like pick on you anyway. Do you know what I mean? You still have to work twice as hard. So it's kind of there as what the white people have given us to say, okay, here's your little token of requirement. But at the same time, it's also good to like know what other Black people are doing, so that you feel motivated as well, because you do have a lot of pressure in being Black.
I think there shouldn't be like a Black History Month. Black history should just be celebrated continuously, because where Black people are marginalised so much every day, and then we've got 1 month, which is like 31 days, just to be like, okay, look, Black people are great, but we're actually a great Black community ourselves. So why should we just be subjected to just periods where we're celebrating? I think, considering the fact that we're marginalised so much as one side of society, that it should be a continuous thing to be celebrated all the time. I think it holds like really great significance, because it's a time to celebrate our greatnesses and our achievements, rather than looking at us from a perspective that is sort of inferior to everybody else.
That's in a lot of attention.
Why would we need Black History Month? Like, why? Can't we just be history?
Quick one. How many of you guys put your hands up for Black History Month again? You just put your hands up again. Alright, keeping your hands up. How many of you actually went out and done something for Black History Month, either paying to go to an event or doing some sort of, I don't know, research and putting on the presentation on, or something productive for Black History Month? Or is it just a month where you just tweeted on Twitter and said, yeah, Black History Month, yeah, 10. Who has actually done something?
Part of it, I'd say that a big part that I think I'll live with forever is I went to Obama's inauguration. So for me, I don't know if that's me like contributing to it, but I would say I was part of it, because at that point in time that was America's first Black president. But I was going to say, because I agree with Sarah on the whole point of we need Black History Month, because I think it's obviously in America and this country they celebrate at different times as well. Like in this country I think we do it in October, and then right now it's Black History Month in America for them. So I think it's important because it allows us to highlight or bring to light what Black people have actually contributed to society, because I don't think a lot of people realise that as Black people we've contributed a whole lot to society. If you look at history, it's actually been whitewashed to make it seem as if we haven't contributed anything. When it comes to things like education, it was a Black man who taught like society, civilization. It was the Black man who introduced traffic lights. It was the Black man who invented sugar. It was things like that that Black people have actually contributed to society. So when you come to the Black History Month, when it does come to Black History Month, I think it's important because it allows us as Black people to celebrate ourselves. Of course you should celebrate yourself throughout the whole year, 12 months of the year, but that particular month that it's dedicated to, I think it just brings to light, like once in a year, what we have done as a people.